Hey guys, John V here from Phone Arena. Right now I have the HTC EVO 4G LTE for Sprint. I'm just going to run a few different benchmark tests here just to see the type of results we're going to get out of this final retail version that's going to be available to the public very shortly. So before we do that, I'm just going to show you how it performs out of the box and just some normal operations. You can tell here just with the home screen itself, a lot of 3D effects in play here, and you can also notice that it's exhibiting good amount of responsiveness. It's pretty fluid with its movement. Other things, opening up the app panel, scrolling between the applications here, you could see it's tracking my finger relatively instantaneously, and it exhibits still some of those great 3D effects. Barely any hitch with that. So let's up the ante here. Let's do something a little bit more processor intensive, just to test it out, see how it fares with other operations here. Actually, let's go to all, and let's just change it to some sort of live wallpaper. So let's select this guy, and let's select, let's do this one here. See the lava flow. Lava flow seems to be a little bit up there. So let's select that guy. And so you can see it's running in the background right now there, loading up the widgets. And here we go. And again, still really quick, instantaneous. Opening up the app panel, and there we are. Still has a great amount of responsiveness, so definitely like it. Seems like a fast handset out of the box, so you're not going to have any issues with any slowdown or lag. So let's bring this back to a regular wallpaper here, and we'll run just the first test, and that's going to be Quadrant. So let's wait for this guy here. Okay, so let's get started. Quadrant. Let's load that guy up. And here we go. I'm going to run this guy. Now, we've already ran it several times, and it seems to be really good. Definitely, in some cases, hits over 5,000, a little bit over 5,000. Definitely, sometimes it gets down to 4,900 range, but for the most part, really good scores. And we'll see that here as it wraps up doing these operations right now. And we'll see the graphical components of this test here. See if we can zoom in here. You can see that it's doing that one there, 58 frames per second. This one here, 58 frames per second as well. So relatively smooth from what we notice here. And here we go with the next one. And this test is running approximately, again, 59 frames per second, which is something that you notice with a lot of high-end smartphones here. And the last one, 37 frames per second. So that one there a lot slower than the rest. But let's see what the total number here is. And it's going to give it this time a score of 4905, as we said. Between 4,900, a little bit under 5,100, as we tested out several times. So it's still very respectable, beating out some other previous handsets out there. For example, you notice the Galaxy Nexus right there below it. Same thing as the Galaxy Tab, and again the Samsung Nexus below that. So let's show you the results we've gotten with the Antutu benchmark test, just because it takes quite a long time for it to load up here. And total score is 7,015. That's a total score with the Antutu. If we put that in the score map here and compare it to some of its competition, its rivals, and you can notice 7,015. No, not quite as magnificent as the Asus Transformer Prime with its quad-core processor, but still a respectable number, beating out devices like the Galaxy Note, Galaxy S2, LG Optimus 2X, and so forth. So it's still a really nice score. And the last test here we're going to show you here is just Nina Mark II, a little bit more of a graphical test here. And we ran it several times, and on the average, it gives us approximately 59.1 frames per second. So even with a lot of shading, a lot of shadows, stuff like that, even smoke effects, it's still able to maintain a really great rate. So if you're going to be big into playing games with this guy, you're definitely going to have a wonderful smartphone that's not going to exhibit too much lag, slowdown, just ruin the experience. It's just going to maintain that lovely looking pace here. Let's see what it gives it this time. 59 frames per second, so still a really good mark here. So that's pretty much it, guys. This handset's going to be launching very shortly, but if you'd like to learn more about the HTC EVO 4G LTE for Sprint, check out our website, phonearena.com. This is John V. Thanks for watching.